Here to give you my thoughts on last night's edition of TNA's Impact. I'm just going to go over the things that caught my interest the most. Number one, I want to talk about the promo between the Nasty Boys and Team 3D. They're having a match at the next pay-per-view, I believe, and granted, Team 3D is amazing. They're like 23-time tag team champions. They are known all over the world. They are very good at what they do. Going up against a team that hasn't been seen on TV like, what, 15 years? Maybe 13, maybe 12. And here's Bubba Ray saying, "Here's the Nasty Boys going up against Team 3D, a match that everybody is wanting to see." First and foremost, I don't think anybody is wanting to see that match. I know, Bubba, you're just trying to take your promo and run with it. But I don't think anybody is wanting to see that match, to be quite honest. You had poor Brian Knobbs hyperventilating in the ring while he's trying to give his promo. He could barely freaking breathe. I mean, he was talking like this. "I'm gonna give you my promo. I can barely talk. I'm gonna beat your ass. We're gonna take it to Nastyville. And we're gonna give you the pit stop. After I eat my Cocoa Puffs and my Twinkies." I mean, dude, it was pathetic. It wasn't even like they had a match right before that promo. He was literally out of breath by just standing there in the ring. It was quite humorous to me. I mean, no, it's not funny when people are out of breath, but for people like Nasty Boys, like Brian Knobbs, a guy who is trying to proclaim himself as being a badass, just doesn't work. And, you know, I got to thinking last night about the whole ramp they have that goes up to the ring. You know, I was thinking about it, and it all came to me, and it all makes sense now. Yes, they have the ramp that's like WCW. WCW used to use it back in the day with their pay-per-views and whatnot. But I know the main purpose for the ramp now, and that's for all the old guys that are in TNA. Not saying that there's a lot of old guys in TNA, but they do have a few. And that ramp makes it a whole lot easier for those guys to get into the ring. Think about it. They don't have to climb the steps to get on the ring apron. They don't have to like try to hop up on top of the ring apron like some of them might do. They can just walk straight from the ramp and walk right through the ropes and not have a single problem. To me, that makes sense. I think they really have it for Hogan because his knees are so bad. But with everybody else that's in there, as far as old people like Nasty Boys, Brian Hall, and all them, Brian Hall, or Scott Hall, I should say, for all those guys, it makes it a whole lot easier for them to get into the ring. I think that's the whole reason for it. But anyways, they had this tournament going, 8-card stud, #1 contender for the World Championship. A tournament where they're having qualifying matches. Whoever makes it, I guess the 8 guys who make it, they get to have a tournament at the next pay-per-view. Now, sounds like a great idea. First match was like Sean Morley and Christopher Daniels, I believe. Or, no, Desmond Wolfe and Sean Morley. Of course, we all knew Desmond Wolfe was going to win that. Or at least I knew he was. So of course he did. But then there was a match with Hernandez and Christopher Daniels, which, granted, I thought I knew who was going to win that match, but I was totally wrong. Hernandez ended up winning that match. Now, I have a problem with that. Isn't Hernandez tag team champions with Matt Morgan? Didn't they just recently win those belts? And now they have Hernandez in single competition in a tournament for a singles belt, the World Championship? You know, shouldn't they focus more on tag team feuds instead of splitting them up already and putting them in a tournament? To me, that just didn't make any sense. But regardless, it was an okay match. Hernandez wins. He's going to the pay-per-view now for a tournament. And that's another thing. So at the next pay-per-view, is there not going to be a tag team title match? Or is there? Is he going to have to wrestle like 5 times that night? Who knows? But here's another thing. Last week, Kurt Angle quit because they had the Orlando screw job, which ended up being something totally different, which I'll tell you in a minute. Then he had Mick Foley fired. Well, right off the bat on this show last night, Mick Foley came right out to the ring. He was called out. Hulk Hogan made Eric Bischoff and Mick Foley work out their differences. So obviously he wasn't fired. Duh. I mean, if he's fired, he shouldn't have came back. At least not that soon. At least let him have a month off or something to make it more realistic. But then Kurt Angle also, he was back. And they put him in the tournament. So he's in this tournament as well. But we'll get back to that now. Earl Hebner where Hulk Hogan had a big discussion with the ref, Earl Hebner, because he was a referee for last week's screw job. And Earl Hebner goes, Brett didn't screw Brett. Vince didn't screw Brett. I screwed Brett. And I screwed Kurt Angle last week. I'm thinking to myself, okay, that probably would have worked for screwing Kurt Angle, but you're going to sit there and say you screwed Brett 12 years ago? Come on, dude, that's so lame. I mean, why are they continuing to bring up old WWE storylines? Why do they continue to mention WWE, Vince McMahon, and all those other names continuously each week on their show? I don't get it. I thought it was lame, stupid for them to have the angle that Earl Hebner screwed everybody. I just thought that was stupid. Anyways, Kurt Angle's back on since he got screwed by Earl, and they put him in the tournament, or Hulk Hogan did, to kind of make it up to him. I'm guessing. But yeah, Impact was just kind of weird last night. You know, I'm not going to say it was a terrible episode. I did enjoy some of it. The 6-man Generation Me and Amazing Red against Motor City Machine Guns and Brian Kendrick was amazing. Except my only problem is Brian Kendrick, he just didn't seem like he fit in that match. I mean, I know he's a lightweight and he kind of is the same size as those guys, but dude, he just can't roll like everybody else can. Dude, all those other 5 guys in the ring could fucking wrestle circles around that guy. They were doing shit that Brian Kendrick couldn't even dream about. And Brian Kendrick, all he could do is kick somebody in the back and then kick somebody in the head to win the match. That's all he did. He didn't do anything else in the match except do some back kicks and some stupid ass kick to the head to win the match. He didn't do anything to impress me. I just thought it was stupid to be in the match. But anyways, the match, when he wasn't in it, was fantastic. I love Generation Me. I love Motor City. I love Amazing Red. So that was cool. But yeah, Impact to me was just so-so. Nothing too crazy. I'm thinking there was a knockouts match. I think there was a tag team match. I don't even remember. But I think it was Hamada and Awesome Kong against Beautiful People. I believe that's how it went down. Yeah. And then Angelina Love came out and kicked some ass, I think. Beautiful People looking good as always. Wow, looking real good to be in fact. But those are my thoughts. Like I said, I thought it was okay. Nasty Poison, Team 3D. Poor Brian Knobbs, man, huffing and puffing throughout that entire promo. Yeah. Who knows, guys? Alright, those are my thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed them. Let me know what you thought. Comment below. Peace out.